this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your November reading. And this month we have lovely energy to talk about. Really excited. For the most part, Saturn's in a completely fabuloso mood. You are going to love this. I mean, honestly, you are very, very blessed to have Saturn in the mood that is in, broadening your perspective, opening you up, changing belief systems, but more importantly, doing it in a very, very positive way that's encouraging instead of discouraging. So, on the 2nd, Venus in Virgo aligns with Mars in Virgo, all happening in the 9th house. And Saturn in Sagittarius is going to trine out this moon in Leo, and it's going to square off with Neptune and Pisces. So as long as you're realistic about a relationship, coping methods, work routines, and your health, and taking care of yourself, while you're working really hard and making sure that you're getting the proper nutrition and that your coping method late at night is not drinking, which for some reason I'm feeling like your coping method's probably not completely in control at this time. And a relationship may bring that to your attention. It's because they love you. It's not through disappointment. This person really does deeply love you and sees this coping method as an obstacle or as something that you may want to think about overcoming. But for the most part, you have a pretty enchanting month. On the 8th, Venus moves into Libra. This is happening in your 10th house. Saturn is going to be in Sagittarius. It is going to be sextiling Venus in Libra and squaring off with Neptune and Pisces. And so to me, what this suggests is that, you've got some really big hopes and dreams, and I think you're just looking for some guidance in how you want to move forward, or you're working really, really, really hard. Some of you are going to school. Some of you are hitting the books to say to really change an outcome. And I think what's happening is it's getting very hard to balance everything out, home life, work life. And I think, again, that's when these coping methods, you're going to be a little bit more testy than normal, more combative than normal. You're going to feel like you're mentally a little bit overwhelmed this month, but again, this isn't terrible because you have a support system of people that love you, that are there to be an ear and to talk to you and to help guide you through some of these issues you may find a little bit challenging. Then on the 12th, Mars moves into Libra in your 10th house. So when Mars moves into Libra in your 10th house, this is about balancing out outcomes. And that's, I think, what I saw moving into this at the beginning of the month. So we're moving from the beginning of the month to about close into the second week in the month. And we're just trying to balance out ambition, desire, wants, hopes, dreams, wishes, goals with being very, very realistic about what you can do on a day-to-day basis. And if it's taking too much out of you and you're stressing out too much, then that's your body's barometer of telling you you're doing too much and to pull back a little bit. And that's okay, because Saturn is highly supportive of really positive ways to gain self-control. And there's a lot of sextiles supporting this. And that's why I think you have such a loving, dear partner in your life for many of you, or somebody that cares for you very much that you can go to in times where I think you feel overly stressed, or many people that you care for deeply. Your circle is bigger. And so I think that there are people in your life that you consider partners. Just because you're single, just because you're not with somebody doesn't mean that you don't have a life partner. I know many times on and off in my life when I had nobody in my life, I still had life partners. I still had partners that I went to every day, and they were involved in my life, and they were my platonic partners. So, and those people are there for you if you are single at this time, encouraging you to have a positive perspective, and that's why you're experiencing so many delicious sextiles, opening up your mind to, keeping your eye on the ball and keeping healthy and optimistic. On the 16th, the Sun in Scorpio aligns with Mercury in Scorpio. This is all happening in the 11th house, hopes, dreams, wishes. So this is about not being overly optimistic about something, but again, aligning yourself with outcomes. You are getting very close to an outcome. Been fighting for this outcome. You've been working really hard, and you know what you want, and this month is about trudging forward and working hard and getting what you want. See, the hard part about life sometimes is that we take on all of these roles, and then we have all of these goals and expectations within inside ourselves, and it can be overly challenging, and then we become mentally taxed. So again, this is a beautiful month for you. You have a great support system. You have people that love you and encourage you and see the potential in you and want you to succeed and really believe in you. And it is so encouraging to feel that way in life. On the 18th, love this energy. Love, 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 love it. Neptune goes direct. When Neptune goes direct in Pisces, it is going to be in conjunct with Chiron and Pisces. So this is about putting the love back into your life. Heart. This is about optimism. This is about healing. This is about moving forward. This is about you're not dealing with karmic debt and past pain and Pluto-Uranus square, blah, blah. This is about complete moving forward energy and just having the stamina to endure what you have to endure to get your outcome. Lots of stamina. This month is going to be, I think, a question of stamina for you to keep the passion, to keep the will to move forward, to want to stay on top of it all. And all of these obligations are it's like you have all these big goals, dreams, and hopes, and you see them in your head, but to work for them is a whole different theory. And so you just got to develop a really healthy ritual or a system to keep in line with doing that. On the 20th, Mercury moves into Sagittarius, 12th house work. And at the time when you have this 12th house work, when Mercury the messenger moves into Sagittarius, it is going to be conjunct with Saturn and conjunct with its Sun in Scorpio. So this is about you aligning yourself with the clarity that you need to move away from some of these self-destructive vices that you use when you feel mentally overwhelmed. This is about seeking other ways to find peace and harmony within your soul when you feel what you're feeling right now. So I want you to think about how can you keep the fire burning from within and moving forward at the speed and with all the burdens that you have to, while you've got holiday obligations and family obligations, and you've got probably a family conflict to deal with, and sometimes you feel like you're not giving enough to your partner. You make this harder on yourself. You're in your head. The only person who feels this way about you is you. This is your demon that you've got to get a hold of. And you've got to release yourself from expectation and learn to go more with the flow. If it is meant to be, it will be. Release yourself from the expectation of the world sitting on your shoulders. because it doesn't have to be that way. Honestly, it doesn't. You have a good support system that will back you no matter what. Then on the 24th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius. It aligns with Saturn in Sagittarius. This is some more 12th house work. I love the 12th house work that you're doing. This 12th house work is, it's working when it's being sextiled by Mars and Libra. This is about balancing out your routines. You can be incredibly passionate about things and you want to move forward with a vigor and a tenacity that gets you ahead while keeping your goals in mind. But this is also, you need to be equally passionate about aligning yourself and keeping yourself in balance and allowing yourself the time out. Don't let sleep be an issue. Don't cut into your sleep to reach a goal, right? Don't work so hard that you forget to do the basics for yourself. That just makes you cranky, and that just makes you fall into poor coping methods, and that just really honestly makes you lose some of the passion in this, because you're in more of a competitive, combative type spirit in this issue. Then finally, all of this stuff leads up to the full moon. It all dumps into the full moon. So when we started out, we had some 9th house work, and the 9th house work was in Venus, taking a look at our routines, broadening our perspective, and having us look at it from a lot of different approaches, a lot of different ways that we could approach having healthy routines, having good mental well-being routines, work routines. We're balancing all of that out. We're critically analyze what do we need to move forward with, what don't we need to move forward with. And that's some of the reality check that we got. Then we had some 11th house work where we looked at our hopes and dreams and our wishes, and we have big goals, and we planted some new seeds because we were really energized in the fact that we have a really good foundation and we want to move forward. And then we had some 10th house work because we're looking at still what our outcome wants to be. Where do we want to end up when we're done with all of this? Maybe some of us are going to school. Where do you want to end up when you're done with school? Maybe some of you took a new job and you're climbing the ladder, and maybe you are assessing your goals and what it takes to get there, and how long it's going to take you. So you were doing that, and then Chiron came in and gave us hope and started healing and started making us back up a little bit and turn this inward and look at our 12th house and look at where we may have some unconscious issues that prevent us from enjoying the process and the journey of all of our life. Life is a journey. I used to get so goal-oriented that as soon as I attained a goal, I would just make another goal. I never didn't have a goal. And then the Pluto-Uranus squares came through my life, kicked my ass all over the place, and then I didn't even know what I wanted. I had no goals. I just wanted to stay alive and freaking fly under the radar and not have anything come at me that I wasn't prepared for. And then I didn't know how to make a goal because I honestly, authentically didn't know what I wanted, because so much had changed in my life, and so many of the things I valued, I pretty much no longer valued. And so when I went through that time period in my life, it was an awakening, and it was a healing, and it was a letting go of some of the things. And what I soon learned from all of that in my wise years of being how old I am is that sometimes we hold on to things that in the end had no meaning, right? There was no point for holding on to all of that. They're just things and status, and there are things that we attach value to, but not everybody attaches value. So when you get knocked on your ass, you go through a big 12th house transformation when you have your Saturn returns and then it returns again in your life. you have some realizations, and you really honestly minimize your life. And I think what you're having is that early, is that realization that what you thought you valued or what you thought that you needed, maybe you don't need. Maybe you're trying to figure out, where are you going to put your energy? Like, where does it actually really deeply truly need to go? That can make you feel a little bit unsettled, because you've got to, I think it's really good when we're pouring our energy into a few things versus we're pouring our energy all over the place and stressing ourselves out and becoming kind of crazy in the energy. So then this all dumps into the 12th, this all dumps into your 6th house, which is the full moon that's going to be happening on the 25th. This full moon is going to be in Gemini. And this is going to ask you to really honestly, are you aligned? Are you aligned with what you want? You know, this is asking you down to on a core base level. This is asking you to really think this through. How's your day-to-day experiences going? How happy are you in those day-to-day experiences? Do you feel like you have control over your outcome and control over your life, control on a daily basis? I mean, the ultimate goal on a day-to-day basis is to truly be happy. We spend most of our life on a journey. So we need to learn how to be happy and healthy on a journey, right? And I know that being as task-oriented and as goal-oriented as you are, that you sometimes lose perspective of the fact that when we're on this journey, that journey is about enjoyment. It's about enjoying the windy road and looking around and not knowing what's around the next corner, and not always pushing forward to the point to where you are going to snap if if something detours you from your path that you didn't expect. Full moon energy is an accumulative energy, and when it comes in here, it asks us to be very real about our choices that we're making. So the reality that you may find is that you are taking on too much right now, and that it is making you restless, and it is making you redefine what you're doing. And this, like I said, it's inspired by a sextile in Mars in Libra, asking you to balance all this out. The cumulative energy is, if you were to take a look at the big picture of this, what's important and what isn't. That's simple. And then why are you putting so much energy into something that maybe might not be as important as you think it is? It's not more important than love. It's not more important than family. It's not more important than finding inner peace and finding joy in your life on a day-to-day basis. Being task-oriented and goal-oriented, yes, is very, very good, but life boils down to, are you fracking happy? Happy every day. You know what? Did you take your break, or did you just work through it because work, and you want a promotion, or you want something from it? And so it's all about getting that outcome. I mean, are you feeding yourself? Are you taking care of yourself? Are your routines healthy? Are you going home and drinking yourself into an oblivion because you're so damn stressed out from the whole day of pushing it to the absolute Mach 10? Things you got to think about. All in all, this is a glorious, wonderful, beautiful month that I am so blessed to give you, because you are highly, highly supported by your ruler. Your ruler is expanding you, yes, but it is through encouraging and uplifting methods. Broadening your perspectives is opening your mind. Sometimes when you get so goal-oriented and so task-oriented, you can get very narrow-minded, and it will then close you off to other thought processes you wouldn't have conceived before, because you were so narrow-minded in your approach. And that's what I love about this energy. It's about opening yourself up. It's about being easy breezy. It's about living the life and loving the journey, and it's about love and happiness, and it's not about overindulging after you've completely starved yourself from something else. It's not what it's about. It's not about extremes. It's about tranquility and happiness and finding peace. Thank you guys so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner. Lovely month. I look forward to talking to you guys again next month.